There used to be a whiteboard. Is it there or is it gone? It's gone. We have a digital board.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
How does it work? Really? Yeah, because I wanted to write something. How do I write with it? Right on top of that?
Yes.
Okay. This will be fun. This is fantastic.
Yes.
They've been using for Sanskrit class.
Really?
Yeah, the class
Awesome.
happens here with Lalita.
Yeah.
They are using this board.
You're taking photo? Yeah. Take after I write. Because then you get the content also. You can send everybody.
Yes.
Yes. No, that's not. How do you rub it out?
Here, this is the eraser. This is the pen.
You stand. Yeah. You erase that. Oh no, you have to do that.
With your pen.
Ah, like that. You press that and you rub it out with a finger.
Yeah. And then you can switch back to pen.
Okay. Yeah.
And then choose whatever colors you want and the thickness you want.
Of course, I choose orange. Okay. So we have. Oh, you can move it. This is fantastic. Oh my God.
This is the finger.
I got it. Yes.
Switch the pen.
Yeah. Back to pen. Back to the same color.
You can increase the thickness if you want.
I think they can see, right?
Yes.
You can zoom it out afterward.
We can zoom.
Okay. So we are looking at, because we have had. Can you hear me back there? No? I don't know if I can zoom in.
The first one you have to press. Here one.
How do you zoom?
Here, you have to click this.
Ah. Oh, like that. Oh, it became tiny. Okay. Different, we have had so many, oh, look at that. Techno Swami. Okay. So, but we should say the opening prayers. We are already starting without anything. Just because this is there, we shouldn't get so excited. Okay? Yes. Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Padam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. We have looked at Ishvara from many different angles, and we have used many different words, and they can all get kind of confusing or mixed up, or sometimes one may wonder what is the difference, what is the connection between Ishvara and Hiranyagarbha, what is Virat, what is Vishwa, all this. And so I thought we can just sort of have some kind of a listing of these names and exploring a little bit the interconnections. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. So first we have Shuddha Chaitanya. What is that? That is called Swarupa Lakshana. What is SL? Ah. So then we have Ishvara, this is Brahman, Ishvara, Shuddha Chaitanya, Satchit Ananda. Or Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. Okay? And then we have Maya Avachinna Chaitanya. What is that? Tatastha Lakshana. Also known as Ishvara. And then after that we have Avidya Avachinna Chaitanya. Avidya Upadhi. Whose Upadhi is Avidya Upadhi? Jiva's. Maya Vidya Upadhi is Ishvara's. So that is the Jiva. And then we have also Ishvara in the form of an avatara. This is just ditto signs, okay? So if this much is understood, we can go further. Oh, you can even write with your finger, that means. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. Then we have Ishvara discussed in the Mandukya Upanishad from these three standpoints. This is from the standpoint of the Mandukya Upanishad. The same thing is being discussed slightly differently. So what do we have? Vishva Virat. Who is Vishva? Jiva, the individual, and Virat, the cosmic form of Ishvara. This is what we are discussing now in the 11th chapter. Ishvara in the form of the Jagat, the cosmic form. Then the dreamer, Taijasa, and then on the other side the total is Hiranyagarbha, Ishvara, endowed with the potential to create. Prajna, the sleeper, the individual sleeper connected to Ishvara without the Jagat. So here would be this Ishvara would correspond to Satchidananda. Okay? Alright? That is what it is. And this Ishvara would correspond to the Tatastha Lakshana. Do you see that? Yeah. Avatara, where will the Avatara come? Tatastha Lakshana, Swarupa Lakshana? Tatastha Lakshana. Very good. Jiva is Ishvara, but because the what comes in the way is what? Maya, Upadhi in the form of Avidya, Avachinna, Chaitanya. Okay? Yes. Yesterday we saw that Arjuna asked for this Virat form, cosmic form, which is also the subject matter of many upasanas, Virat upasana, etc. in the Upanishads. And we saw how this whole Virat darshanam came about, and what is the purpose of this Virat darshana also we saw. So first we saw what? Important. And in fact, Puja Swamiji would finish it in one day and move on. But for a lot of people, this chapter, especially for Dvaita Matas, this chapter is the most important one, and they will spend a lot of time discussing and analyzing and reveling in the various forms that are described of the Lord. So, if this much was the summary from yesterday, if this much is understood, we can now look at Arjuna's responses or reactions rather to the cosmic form from three different angles or three different types of responses he has. The initial response which we saw yesterday up to verse 22, I think we did, yeah? Verse 22, yeah. Up to verse 22 is one of awe. Being struck with awe, being struck with wonder, being struck with a kind of disbelief, incredulous that this kind of a thing can exist. Great wonder, great awe, great, what can I say, disbelief and horripilations. He's having a, what is that kind of a spiritual experience which everybody can relate to because everybody wants that. Anybody who first comes to the ashram wants to hunt for spiritual experiences, thinking that that will transform me forever. How will it transform? Every experience is finite and it is fine to have them, But then it's not going to transform you, because the experiencer does not get completely modified by the experience, because the nature of the experiencer is what? Infinite. The nature of the experience is what? Finite. So in the world, before we come into the ashram, who are we? Experience hunters. We want all kinds of hunting we go because we are reminded of those days, caveman, cavewoman days, when we were hunting for various things to eat, and then hunter-gatherer stage, all these things. So we are still hunting, we are still gathering for collecting various experiences. And then when we come into the ashram, what happens? With the hunter-gatherer pravritti has not gone. What has gone? Instead of worldly experiences, what I want now? Spiritual experiences. That's why I go here, I go there, and then somebody says, oh, at this ashram you will have exact, immediate darshan of Lord. Promise, it will just cost you 5 lakhs, that's all. You just give, and then you can have immediate darshan of the Lord. So even without having darshan, you will have darshan of the Lord. How? After giving 5 lakhs, Lord will come in the form of wisdom in the buddhi. Do not give 5 lakhs for these purposes. That is what is the darshan. Okay. So Arjuna also, poor fellow, just like every one of us, wants this kind of a darshan in the initial stages of his studies, and then he also says, I want this darshan. So first reaction to the darshan is what? One of awe. Oh my God, OMG is the first reaction up to verse 22. After that comes what? After that comes fear. This is what will be, this portion will be looking at today. After then that comes fear, great fear. Why? Because Arjuna thought he was in a movie, and he is going to just get his soda and popcorn and then relax and wear his 3D glasses or whatever was given, and then we'll be just popping popcorn and sipping his soda and watching the show. It's like, they have predicted, the astronomers say that Andromeda, the nearby galaxy to our galaxy, the Milky Way, is approaching fast and furious. Fast and furious in astronomical time, it is not going to happen anytime soon, don't worry. So this Andromeda, when it comes close to Milky Way, what is it going to do to the Milky Way? Swaha. Yes. It's going to swallow it up. Because how do they know? Because they have seen other galaxies do this. They have seen other galaxies do this, and they know. Other galaxies, when they meet, the bigger one does swaha to the smaller ones, and then first the wings are there and they just sort of, they are consumed, and then the black hole is, merges with the older black hole like this. All these things are there, and then so this becomes one. So then, writing about this, all this, one astronomer wondered, what a wonderful show this will be. Millions of years from now, when the two galaxies meet, how nice it would be for us to watch this. How can you watch? First of all, where are you in the Milky Way? That itself is not certain. And then, if you are near the edge, then what will happen? Then of course one will be decimated. The whole solar system will be gone in the process. And when the whole solar system, whole Milky Way is gone, where are you? What are you? Or if you are near the black hole, then what? You will be sucked into the event horizon, never to come back again. And so it's like that. It's like, so here the cosmic form is filling the heart, Arjuna's heart, with fear. Why? Because he doesn't know enough to see that he is part of this cosmic form. He doesn't see that he also is included in this Virat, escapes him completely. He thought Bhagavan is doing me a favor and giving me a nice show. And before long we will see the popcorn is just dropped from his hands, The soda just went away somewhere and he's sitting there, standing there, shaking. And we'll see why he's standing there shaking, continuing. So we saw how the Rudra, Aditya, etc. were all there, and already he was feeling wonderstruck. He saw that they were also Vismitaha, he was also Vismitaha, and then further, Rupam Mahatte Bahuvaktra Netram Mahabaho Bahubahurupadam Bahudaram Bahudanshrakaralam Drishtva lokah pravyathitas-tathaham. Yeah, here also he is that Mahatte Rupam, and he is calling him Mahabaho. Who is usually called Mahabaho? Arjuna. Just because he went to the gym and did a few push-ups, that's his Mahabahu. This one Mahabahu, when he says to the Lord, it's not the same. It's not like he's returning the compliment. Don't take it like that. What is he doing? He's seeing that every single arm in the universe is the Lord's arm. So in that sense, Mahabahu, oh you mighty armed one, and also he's armed to the teeth. He has chakra, kirita, gada, everything. So Rupam Mahatte, Mahat Rupam Te means your form is unending. It's great, your great form. And what happened? Now before I saw you with one mouth that has fire, now the one mouth has become what? Many mouths. Mouth, face, usually sometimes it is synonymously used in Sanskritam. So Mukham and Vaktram, all this, and so I see many mouths. Every mouth is your mouth, plus there is this big conflagration near your mouth, which we saw yesterday, and then Bahudaram, every stomach is your stomach, every mouth is your mouth, every hand is your hand, and then every foot is your foot, and then not only that, your mouth is slightly open. That itself is scary because fire is coming out. And in between the fire, I see rows of teeth, rows and rows of teeth. What kind of teeth? Canines. All of them are canines. Canine doesn't mean dog here. Canine means this, these side teeth. Yeah, Rakshasa kind of teeth. Canines. So the canines are okay if you have incisors, molars, premolars, all that, then it's tolerable to see somebody smile. But some of these people in the United States, they are what is that? They are called Goths. They are called Goths, and so they'll wear only black, and then they will go to some place where you can go, some funny kind of dentist, to sharpen their teeth to look all sharp. How they don't cut their tongue while eating is a mystery, but that's not the topic of the 11th chapter. So we'll leave that aside and come back here. And so when they smile, it looks actually frightening, because all of them are like these sharp teeth, and so the Lord has rows. Danshtra Karalam means all these kind of sharp carnivorous teeth. Those teeth are for what? Eating meat. This is how the human beings, the evolution of the human beings say, because that is for meat eating teeth. Those are. That's why all the carnivores have very well developed canines. And so like this here, the Lord has well developed teeth, sharp teeth, and it's like how do you call that movie? Jaws. Yeah. Sharks have 4 rows of teeth, and it will open, and that's it. It will open and swallow it up in this sci-fi movie. So like that, these teeth are there, and then what happened? Lokaha, all the people in all the three lokas, and whoever is there around you, pravyathitaha, prakarshena vyathitaha, they are terribly afraid, they are afflicted by fear. And then he adds, tatha, in the same manner, ahamapi pravyatitoham, I am also equally pravyathitaha. And then that fear continues to now blossom and unfold. Nabhasprishan deeptamanekavarnam vyatatanam deepta vishalanetram drishtva hitvam pravyathitantaratma dhritinna vindami shamancha vishno damshtrakaralani cha te mukhani drishtva kalanala sannibhani disho na jane na labhe cha sharma prasida devesha jagannivasa ami chatva dhritarashtrasya putraha sarve sahaivavanipala sanghaihi भीष्मो द्रोणः सूतपुत्रस्तथासौ सहसा अस्मदीयैरपि योद्धमुख्यैः वक्त्राणि ते त्वरमाणा विशन्ति दंष्ट्राकरालानि भयानकानि केचिद्विलग्ना दशनान्तरेषु सन्दृश्यन्ते चूर्णितैरुत्तमाङ्गैः Yeah. So, Nabhasprisham Deeptam Anekavarnam. So, like we saw in the morning class, your head is in the space. Your form, your Virat form is one touching the heavens, effulgent, including all these Anekavarnam, colorful, including various forms. Vyatatanam, your mouth, as I said earlier, slightly opened. Deepta Vishalanetram, huge eyes. Huge eyes. It's like that. What is that story? There is a story, Red Riding Hood. Red Riding Hood, a small girl goes to visit her grandma. The wolf wants to eat her, so the wolf gets into grandma's costume and is lying on the bed pretending to be sick. And so then the Red Riding Hood doesn't understand what is going on here. And so the wolf, she asks the supposed grandma, which is the wolf, and what does she say? What big eyes you have, grandma. All the better to see you with. What big mouth you have, grandma. What does the wolf say? All the better to eat you with. So like this, Bhagavan also has huge eyes, huge mouths, and not one mouth. Now many eyes, many mouths, and there is nothing that he cannot see, nothing that is escaping him, and he is the Vishwaswarupa. We can't even call it he, she, and transcending he, she, it, everything. And so therefore this brilliant eyes means what? Like laser beams, and they seem to be looking at me. They are Vishwatomukha, they are looking at everybody at the same time. Like some of these paintings in museums, painters, some of these painters have a trick way of making the eyes of the portrait in such a way that when you come from this side also, it looks like it's looking at you. When you come in the front of it also, it looks like it's looking at you. And when you go the other side also, say bye, it is still looking at you, those eyes. So like that, laser sharp eyes. And then if you find, in these sci-fi movies, 2 red laser beams directed at you, naturally you feel frightened, naturally you feel like you don't know what all is going on. And then drishtva hi tvam drishtva, seeing you, what happens? Pravyathita antaratma aham. What happens? I am one whose mind is totally disturbed. So, pravrathita antaratma yasya saha aham. So I am that. I am pravyathita antaratma. I am that whose mind is deeply, deeply afflicted. And then what? I don't have any courage. Dhritim na vindami. Dhritim na vindami means I don't know where my courage has gone. I don't know where my courage has gone. It seems to have left me along with the popcorn and the soda. It has gone and it's not there anymore with me. I thought I was having a loss of courage in chapter 1 and in the beginning of chapter 2 when I said I can't fight this war. I don't know how to kill the gurus, how to kill the cousins, how to kill my own people. I was having a very difficult time. And now what has happened? Now I am even worse off. Now, that time I felt very courageous compared to now. Now I have not only have courage, I don't know where is the courage. Please find it for me. I seem to have lost it somewhere here. I don't know where. And then Shamam cha Vishno navindami. Shama is here composure. My tranquility, my composure. Composure is nothing but the ability to come back. So you have a sudden loss of courage, the heart sinks into the stomach, and then, but before it gets digested, in most situations, I am able to pluck the heart out of the stomach and come back and then say to myself, there, it will be okay. This is called self-soothing mechanism. Everybody has this. Self-soothing. The ability to re-regulate the emotions after they have become thrown into the air and become dysregulated. This kind of a ability to self-soothe is given, God-given Shakti in everybody. But here the God-given Shakti is God-taken because the sight of this cosmic form which visited Arjuna was so intense, so traumatic, so frightening that he lost himself, he lost his sense of self, he lost his courage, and also he lost his ability to re-regulate his emotions of fear and anxiety. He lost the ability to self-soothe. Shamam na vindami, dhritim na vindami, very beautiful. And then damshtra karalani chakte mukhani drishtva. Drishtva means what? After seeing. What? Damshtra karalani tate mukhani. Seeing those canines, what is that? Protruding out of the mouth. Not only are they canines, sharp teeth, and then they are also outside the lips, as though the Lord is snarling like a wolf, like a dog. You know, when the upper lips are retracted, I don't want to demonstrate, so please don't make me. So when the upper lips and the lower lips are retracted, and then the dog makes a growling sound, and you are in its territory, and then what? You are very, so if you go there, then you just feel like running away, but that's the wrong thing to do, because animals have some kind of an instinct. Anything that moves, chase after it. That's what they think. And so you're supposed to be still and look bigger than this form. But here, for the wild dog, that is possible. But here, because most humans are bigger than dogs, but then this is not possible for in front of the cosmic form. If Arjuna tries to look big, he will look like the cat who is trying to keep its hair up and go sideways, pretending to look big. It's a big show. He knows he can't, he doesn't stand a chance. Damshtra karalani chate mukhani bhayanakani. Each face has got these huge mouths, and each mouth is a fiery mouth. And yesterday I mentioned also it has suction power, as we'll see in the coming verses. It has a vacuum power. Damshtra karalani chate mukhani drishtva. Then what happens? Disho na jane. Disho na jane means I don't know where I am. I have lost my bearings. Why have you lost your bearings? What else will happen if 1,000 suns are rising in the sky in every direction? How will I know which is east, which is west? How will I know where I am placed? I have lost my sense of self. I have lost my courage. I have lost my composure. I cannot come back to myself. And then what? Now I have lost my sense of direction also. Na labhe cha Sharma. Sharma here, in addition to being a Indian last name, Sharma means a certain kind of auspiciousness and peace of mind. There is no peace here. There is no auspiciousness. Look at you. What happened to you? Who are you? He's going to ask. Oh, Bhavan, he's going to ask later. Who are you? I don't recognize this. I don't want this. And so this whole section is describing Arjuna's terror. His terror and anxiety as seeing this unfamiliar form is described here. Then he says, Oh, Deva Devesha, Prasida, Devesha, Lord of all lords, you are the best. Jagannivasa. Jagannivasa means in whom the entire world appears to be existing. In whom the entire world is appearing to be existing. Prasida. Please be pleased with me. Look, Duryodhana is very bad. Go over there. Let the fiery vacuum siphon him up. Don't come near me. In fact, Arjuna was so loving that he did not even want Duryodhana to be given up. He's like, don't come near us. Go somewhere else. Please help. And please be pleased with me. And so Disho na jane na labhe cha Sharma prasida devesha jagannivasa. In whom the whole Jagat has its refuge. O Lord of all lords, please, he really wants to say, please put a stop to it, but he doesn't have the presence of mind to say that. Later on, he will say that. So then, further he says, Amichatvam Dhritarashtrasya putraha. See, all these sons of Dhritarashtra, Dhartarashtraha, sarve sahaiva Nipala Sanghaihi Saha Eva means along with the hosts of all the kings, the chieftains and the heads of the kingdoms, and then Bhishma, Drona and other exalted people. And then who else? Sutaputraha. Who is Sutaputra? Karna, the son of the charioteer. Along with the son of the charioteer, Bhishma, Drona, Sahasa, Asmadiyaihi api, along with our own people. Who are our own people? Whoever are dying, the important fighters from our own side. Asmadiyair api yodha mukhyaihi, the primary fighters from our side and the primary fighters from their side. They are all seem to be in a hurry to go somewhere. Let us see where they are in a hurry to go. They are all running and avashaha. Avashaha means without being in their own control. They seem somebody must have pressed a remote button and it seems that they are just running. What are they running towards? Vaktrani te tvaramana vishanti. They are entering your mouths with great speed. This is a frightening thought. Think of, all these people. Drona was very fit. Don't think of him as an elderly person. No, he was elderly, but he was very fit. fit, tall, and very this thing, strong. All these people. Duryodhana, of course, what should I say, extremely strong and full of muscles. These are the people who were just helplessly against the tide, no, we can't call it tide, against the fiery flame. They had no chance, and all of them were being suctioned by your mouths, O Lord. They are all just running towards your mouth. Varamana vishanti, and fast they are entering. This is karma phala in 3D. Their own karma phala they are getting. Don't think, why is Bhagavan being so mean? Bhagavan is not being mean. Their own karma phala. And we saw Drona was considered a terrorist. Atatayin. And to be an atatayin, you have to have at least one of the 6 qualifications. What are they? Agnidaha, arsonist. Garadaha. Garadaha means poisoner. Arsonist, check, yes. And then poisoner. Did he poison? Yes, he poisoned Bhima. And then what else? Agnidaha, Garadaha. We saw it in chapter 2, this whole definition. And then Kshetraharaha, the one who takes away other people's land. Dhanaharaha, the one who takes away other people's wealth. Daraharaha, the one who takes away other women belonging to other people's spouses. He just drags them away. So these are all the some of the qualifications, conditions to be called a terrorist, and Duryodhana had that and some more. And so therefore he had done so many difficult things and had pained a lot of people, had traumatized many people. So he was one of the first ones to lead. He was a natural born leader, and here also he led everybody else into the mouths of the Lord. So it's karma phala being given in action. So when you see karma phala in action, then one is reminded, yes, there is a law of karma. Usually if you have an ordinary day without much up or down, then you consider yourself, fine. You don't think of karma that much, neither do you think of Bhagavan, neither do you think of anything else. You are fine, you are okay. But then only when karma decides to fructify, then only the problem comes. Oh, why it's like this? Why it's happening to me? Why me? And all this. And so here we see karma for those people fructifying. It's a very horrible thing to watch. It's even if they might be enemies of Arjuna, to see them going into the mouth of the Lord is a very horrifying sight. Because on top, it's already a horrifying sight, but then on top of that, he has affection for them. So then he says, Vaktrani te tvaramanaha vishanti damshtra karalani bhayanakani. What kind of a mouth? Full of canines, and then bhayanakani. So kechid vilagnaha dashanantareshu. Kechid vilagnaha. Some of them, in trying to save themselves from entering the mouth, what did they do? They caught hold of the teeth of the Lord and hung in there between the spaces of the teeth. A very gory sight. I'm not making this up, it's right there. Sandrishyante, they are seen. Very well seen, he says. Very well Arjuna could see. While the others were what? Masticated, chewed up by the Lord like chewing gum. Okay? By this, we can't even say Lord, by the cosmic form. By this cosmic form, they were chewed up, and then and they stuck to the teeth. They all stuck to the teeth of the Lord. What stuck to the teeth? The bodies of these warriors stuck to the teeth minus the head. Oh, come on, you're surely making this up. No, look, Sandrishyante churnitaihi. Churna means what? Powder. Yeah. We have so many powders in Ayurveda. So they were all powdered up, and then what? Uttamangaihi. Uttamangaihi means with their heads. What was crushed? What was powdered? The head was powdered. Churnita. With the powdered heads or decapitated bodies hanging between the teeth of the Lord were seen. And then if you say, what is the reason why they were like this? Why were they like this? Why did they all go into the mouth like this, or how did they go like this? What was the force that was there? The answer, of course, is the force of karma. Karma is the force by which has forced them to go to meet their just deserts. So to meet whatever they have deserved, to meet the karma phala, the karma phala does not wait. Especially prarabdha does not wait. So if it is there, there is a verse that says, Tribhir dinaihi, Tribhir masaihi, Tribhir varshaihi. So in 3 days or 3 months or 3 years, prabala prarabdha gives its effects. If you have done something really inordinately good or inordinately bad, you will definitely reap the effects in 3 days, 3 months, between 3 days to 3 years. You will, and all the time is keeping on fragmented here. 3 days, 3 fortnights, 3 years. Tribhir, it is called Tribhir dinaihi, Tribhir pakshaihi, Tribhir masaihi, Tribhir varshaihi. So, prabala prarabdha, then here only you have to get. And so they are getting what they deserve for their behavior, for doing all these things, they are getting. That's why. And how they are rushing into the mouth of the Bhagavan is given in the next 2 verses in the form of a simile. Yatha nadin, no, we didn't chant this. Yatha nadinam bahavombu vegaha samudramevabhimukha dravanti तथा तवामि नरलोकवीराः विशन्ति वक्त्राण्यभिविज्वलन्ति यथा प्रदीप्तं ज्वलनं पतङ्गाः विशन्ति नाशाय समृद्धवेगाः तथैव नाशाय विशन्ति लोकाः तवापि वक्त्राणि समृद्धवेगाः. Two upamas, similes are given. First one is yatha nadinam bahavaha nadinam ambuvegaha samudrameva abhimukhaha dravanti. Like the force of the many rivers that just without fail take them to where? The ocean. It is the destiny of the nadi, the river, to meet the ocean. Even if you put the barricade around the nadi, it will go round. If it meets a mountain, it will go round the mountain. If it's a small barricade, it will go on top of that, but somehow it will meet the ocean. So here, avashyam bhavitvam of the karma phala is given. Avashyam bhavitvam means avashyam bhavati iti avashyam bhavin. So avashyam bhavati iti means it will certainly happen. You cannot escape karma. One cannot escape karma. One may be a escape artist. One may have dodged the law. One may have dodged the lawmakers. One may have dodged the jail, the police, by changing the name, growing a moustache, migrating to another country. People do all kinds of things. Go to another country, stay, what is that called? Incognito. Stay incognito, and and then the person can say, aha, I escaped the law. And then let's say the person without being caught dies away. The other law cannot be escaped. There is no escape from the karmic law. The karmic order is definitely there. And in fact, the karma has doubled. Not only will you get the results of whatever the person did, the person will get the results, but then for escaping the law, more karma has been accrued. That result also, one will have double helping of karma phala. And so, just like the river always seems to be in a hurry. You don't see a lazy, slowly flowing river. Yeah, maybe I'll make it tomorrow, maybe not. The water is just very fast. That this is called Ambubega. The force of the water takes the river to the ocean. And in the same way, Tatha, Tava, Ami means these, Naraloka Viraha, these people who are the stalwarts of the human race, the warriors and the brave ones, Vishanti Vaktrani Abhivid Jwalanti. In the same way, they too are suctioned off by by your flaming mouths, by your flaming faces. So this was Avashyam Bhavi. Another one also shows the inevitability of karma. The other example also is a beautiful example, sad example, but we are familiar with. These are if you sit in a dark outdoors, if you have a candle outdoors in the night and sit in front of it, very soon all the moths will come attracted to the flame. In the beginning, the moth is attracted to the flame, and then poor thing, it doesn't know it's going to cost it its own life. It will go and commit suicide there. Even if it doesn't want to, it will just go, because that is it just comes very fast to the flame, or even any kind of electric light outside also. You will see lot of moths striking against it repeatedly, and they want to be one with the light, but they don't know that they should study Vedanta in order to do that. That's the only thing. So, yada pradiptam jwalanam patangaha. So, pradiptam jwalanam, a lit light, a glowing fire. So, yatha pradiptam jwalanam patangaha vishanti. So, just like the moths enter a glowing fire, glowing light at full speed. Samriddha vegaha, at full speed. Why do they vishanti? Nashaya. For their own destruction they go. They greet their own destruction. This is an even better example than the previous one, because the Nadi meeting the Samudra, the river meeting the ocean, is very romantic, so sweet, so nice. Here there is nothing, no spiritual romanticism here. There it is romantic wise, Jiva meeting Ishvara. It's like a spiritual romantic metaphor. Here there is no such thing. So Jiva overcoming obstacles and greeting Ishvara, that's what the whole thing is. But here there is no such thing. Here it is, they are going to their sure and certain destruction. This is what they are going to. And what does Bhagavan do? Again, you are forewarned, not a very good sight. Lelihyase agrasamanas samantat lokan samagran vadanairjvaladbhihi tejobhirapurya jagat samagram Bhasastavograha prapatanti Vishnu Akhyai meko bhavanugra rupaha Namostu te deva vara prasida Vijñātumiccāmi bhavantamadhyam nahi prajananmi tava pravrittim. So what happens? You first you swallow all of them. So you swallow all these tall words. How do you swallow them? For you they are a bite of food. Grasamana. Grasa is one bite of food. So you swallow them as though you are eating a bite of food. And then what? Sometimes when you eat and you eat in a hurry, what happens? A few pieces are stuck. So what do? Lelihyase. Few of those warriors are stuck around the mouth, and before they can say bachao or bach gaya, they are thinking, oh, I am saved from this fiery mouth. The Lord with the flame-like tongues repeatedly licks all the whatever extra warriors and chota mota log, whoever is there, small fries, warriors, whoever is stuck on the lips and on the mouth, repeatedly licks. Lelihyase, I see you licking them. I see you keeping on devouring them. You are licking them, and then what are you licking up? You are licking up all these people that are left over. Samantat lokan samagran vadanaihi jvaladbihi. It's all as though all the three worlds are have become effulgent with your flaming mouths. You fill up all the three worlds with your radiance. Your fierce flame keep burning. Oh Vishnu, literally he is Vishnu, all pervasive. And then he says, Akhyai me, please tell me now immediately. Ko bhavan ugra rupaha. What is this terrible form? Who are you? Are you some kind of an imposter? Did you get taken over, possessed by some other being? Should I call help? Should I call an exorcist? What should I do? I don't recognize you. Who are you? Actually, we should give Arjuna some credit here. Why? Because he in spite of saying Dhritam na vindami, Shamam cha Vishnu, in spite of saying that, what does he do? He is very present, and present enough. He has gained his presence of mind to ask the Lord some questions. And then he says, Vijñātum ichhami, I really need to know this. Be gracious. Tell me who you are. Bhavantam adyam. So I want to know your source. I want to know you who are the cause. What is this? And then nahi prajanami tava pravrittim. I don't understand your actions. Pravritti here means your conduct, your actions. You are devouring all these people. What are you doing? Please tell me. Then the Lord obligingly replies. Shri Bhagavan uvacha Kalosmi lokakshayakrit pravriddhaha Lokan samahartum iha pravrittaha Rite pitvam na bhavishyanti sarve Ye vasthitah pratyanikeshu yodhaah Tasmat tvamuttishta yasho labhasva Jitva shatrun bhunksha rajyam samriddham Mayaivete nihata purvameva Nimitta matram bhava savyasachin Dronancha bhishmancha jayadrathancha Karnan tatha jnanapi yodhaviran Maya hatastvam jahima vyathishtaha Yudhyasva jetasi rane sapatnan. Bhagavan says, what you are seeing me is in the form of time. Yeah. Time is frightening. That's why we are always thinking, what time it is, what time it is, what is the time, what is the time. Kalosmi. And time is equal to destruction, because everything dies in time. Starting with one's own body, everything is dying in time. As we sit here, the cells are dying. As we sit here, we become 1 second older, then another second older. One small wrinkle is, forming itself somewhere. We won't know where. But then later on it will come out. Which part of the face it will come out, you don't know. But it is there, it is waiting. And so, like this, there is a lot of problems. If one doesn't know Vedanta, one will have a lot of problems with time, and one will think of oneself as under the spell of time, totally under the spell of time. And then completely under the spell of time, Bhavan Ugra Rupaha Akhyahi me, please tell me this terrible form. And Bhagavan says, I am Kalaha. And what is your job? Lokakshaya Krit. I am the destroyer of all the lokas in this form. I am Rudra. I am the siphoner of all the beings. You are seeing me in this samhara capacity. So, I am Lokakshaya Krit. And then what is my action? My action is to take away the people, to make them die right here, right now. This is what pravriddha means. First I make them age right now. Age means what? Taking one look at the cosmic form, all the hairs become grey immediately. So one has already aged. And then one is, if one has not been following dharma properly, one is subject to all kinds of vyatha. Vyatha here, afflictions that were described above. So, lokan samahartum iha pravrittaha. So, I am Kala, I am here come to take away the time. I have come to take the time back. And then rite pitva na bhavishyanti sarve. This is very, very beautiful. So, he says, you think that you are the warrior. You think that you are killing all these people. Rite pitva tvam, without you, rite means without you. Ritepi, without even you, what will happen? These people, Drona, Bhishma, and Duryodhana, Shakuni, all these people are not going to be there. Why? I am taking care of them, not you. That's what he's going to say. This is a good section to assimilate, because here Arjuna is thinking, I am the warrior. But and then, like Arjuna, everybody thinks, I am the doer. Bhagavan says, no. What are you doing? You are sitting here shaking, and now the shaking has even become more. You are shaking here. You have not even discharged one arrow. 11 chapters you've just been sitting here doing nothing. Half the Gita is almost over. You're sitting there wasting time. And you say, oh, I can't fight, and my people and all these things. You are not fighting anyway. This is not you doing all this. It's my doing. Look, they are not going to get saved. Even if you run away, if you capture Drona saying, you are my guru, let me put a sack over your head and take you to a place of safety, he is definitely going to meet an end. He is going to meet his end. Why? Because I am in charge of the law of karma. In fact, I am the law of karma. And how does karma unfold? In time. Karma doesn't unfold any other way, in time. This is all vyavaharika satta. So time is very much a big factor. I am that time that terrifies. And like sometimes they say, I am, like when somebody is over 50, then the birthday cards also get depressing, which the friends give. Before that, oh, have a happy day, wonderful. And after that, what kind of birthday cards come? You are over the hill. Half the life is over. What is the point? That kind of jokes. These kinds of, and what all those jokes are based on what? Time. So time is ticking. It feels like time is ticking faster after a certain age. And so like this, I am that time. I am the destroyer of everything in time. This is who I am. And then Rite Pitvam na bhavishyanti sarve. These people are not going to be there. Even if you refuse to fight, which you are doing right now, they are not going to do that. Ye avasthitaha, all these that are present, pratyanikeshu yodhaha. Pratyanika means in certain assemblies. So these people in certain assemblies of the army, they are standing in certain, not assemblies, formations. They are standing in certain formations of the army, and they are not going to be there. Neither the formation is going to be there, nor are they going to be there. Who? Yodhaha, these warriors are not going to be there. Take it from me. So therefore what? Tasmat tvam uttishta. Whenever he can get a chance, Lord says, get up, fight, get up, fight. So even in the middle of the cosmic form, what does he say? Tasmat, therefore get up. Utthishtva, uttishta, yudhyasva, fight. Yasho labhasva, it is so easy. In fact, I am doing all the work. What's your problem? You just have to go with a, what is that called? Like a toy bow and arrow, which you buy kids. The kid sees some comic, some ancient comic book, and says, I want that, I want that. And so to placate the kid, to pacify the kid, you buy the child, you buy them some small bows and arrows. Instead of it is made of wood, and then the arrow is very blunt, nothing will happen. The bow is with a small little rope, and then even if the child learns to discharge it, nothing happens. Paper arrow, that's those kinds of things. So Arjuna, that's what you have. You have a set of paper arrows and a small little wooden bow, and the bow is made of what? Ice cream sticks. That's what? It's a toy bow, toy arrow, toy gandiva. I am doing all the work. What's your problem? You just have to go. It's like a show. This is a dais. So you just go and romp around and just go like this with the bow and arrow, discharge a few things here, discharge a few things there, and call it a day. I have done all the work, and in fact I am so fond of you that I will not take the credit. You will get the credit. I did all the work, but who will take the credit? You will take the credit. Yasho labhasva. You take the credit, become famous. Because of this you will become famous. And then what does he say? Maya eva nihita purvameva. I have already killed them. What are you doing? You are beating a dead horse. I have already killed them. The pulse is gone. They are not alive. What are you doing? You are just going to shoot something that's already dead. Big deal. Maya eva nihitaha purvameva. Before itself they have done. They have killed. Nimitta matram bhava savyasachin. First and only time Arjuna is called Savyasachin, means ambidextrous. He could shoot off arrows with his right hand and then his left hand equally. He did not have a dominant hand. He was equally skilled with both hands. And so Savyasachin is a little reminder to be akarta. Already with one dominant hand, everybody thinks themselves to be karta. With two dominant hands, double the kartritvam, let there be not there. That's why he is addressing him as Savyasachin nimitta matram bhava. And then he says, so Dronam cha Bhishman cha Jayadrathan cha. So Karnam tatha anyanapi yodhaviran. What should you do to all these people? Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna and other warriors. Maya hataha tvam jahi. These who have already been killed by me, destroyed by me, you go and fight. You go and kill them, as though kill them. You're not really killing them. I have done the short shrift, I have done the dirty part of this. And you just go stand on the dead body of some of these warriors and say, yay, that's what you have to do. How hard is that? Ma vyathishtaha. Ma vyathishtaha means do not be afflicted here, do not be upset. Do not hesitate. Yuddhasva jetasi. You will conquer all these enemies in battle. Rane sapatnan. Sapatnan means these people who are your competitors. You will definitely conquer in battle. Of there is no doubt. Of this there is absolutely no doubt that you will conquer them in battle. Why? Because look at this so-called battlefield. Where are they? Where is Drona entering my mouth? Where is the Duryodhana? Oops, he just lost his head and I'm licking him with flames from side to side. And then, where are all these people? They are all gone. Their bodies are strewn over the battlefield. Whatever is left of their dismembered body is strewn on the battlefield. You have to take your toy Pashupatastra and your toy Gandiva and your toy bow and arrow and your toy Gada and everything, and you just have to pretend to kill all of them and then say yay, and then what will happen? You will get all the credit. You will have an unrivaled kingdom without all these terrible riffraff. These kinds of riffraff you don't need in your life. They were all toxic. You were in a toxic relationship with them. It's good they are gone. It's good they are gone, because even though they had been so mean to you and so cruel to you, you are still taking their side. Look, they're all gone now. Their karma caught up with them. In other words, don't accrue karma by not fighting this war. Not doing one's nitya karma accrues a what is it called? A kind of a papa called pratyavaya. Here it's not pratyavaya dosha, but it's still his own duty as a warrior. Not doing one's duty will also accrue karma. Don't be a foolish person. Don't be a fool. It's a right royal road. You go into a battlefield, all dead bodies are littered in the battlefield and nobody is around. You can take the credit. Here I am giving you the credit and you should just do this. So with this finishes the second portion of Arjuna's reaction. What was the second portion of Arjuna's reaction? Sorrow and fear, great anxiety and fear. Then after this comes guilt and regret, and that is the third portion of Arjuna's reaction. And then Sanjaya has a few words to say, and then because Sanjaya describes the third portion of Arjuna's reaction, and then Sanjaya introduces that, and then we will hear from Arjuna himself, and then we will see that tomorrow. I am going away. How will we see that tomorrow? With this wonderful screen behind me. So I am going away for a few days. I have to go teach in Vietnam. So I am leaving today. But don't worry, wherever we have stopped, you can pick up. And then you can, class will meet at 11 o'clock, definitely. And I have kindly requested Pujya Swamiji to lead the meditations for the next few days. So you will be listening to the audios. That will happen from 7 to 7:30. And then 11 o'clock, you will come here, you will see the videos. And 12th chapter videos need a few little help because a couple of them are missing. I could not find them. But don't worry, I'm not going to go missing. When I come back, we will do that. I have also thrown in a satsang for you, Q&A, so you can listen to, for a change, you can listen to other people's questions if you are bored of your own. Okay, so you can do that. Satsang at 11, why not? Possible. It's never too early for satsang. And then at night, you will continue to watch the cultural heritage videos of Pujya Swamiji. All right. Any questions? Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.